Imagine a night so dark, you can't even see your own hand in front of your face. A profound obscurity, one that swallows all light, leaving nothing but an impenetrable shroud of blackness. This is a night when the world is reduced to whispers and echoes, where every sound takes on a life of its own. This is the kind of darkness that whispers to our most primitive instincts, to the part of us that still remembers the time when the night was full of unseen threats. It's a fear that is ingrained in our very DNA, a primal dread of the unknown, of what might be lurking just beyond our sight. Now picture a dense forest, the kind where the trees grow so close together that they blot out the sky. A forest at the very peak of the night, under a sky so bereft of moonlight that even the stars seem to have abandoned it. In this darkness, something lurks. What is it that dwells in the dark, making your heart pound? Let's delve into the psychology of fear, specifically the fear of the dark. It's no secret that many of us, even as adults, are afraid of the dark. But have you ever wondered why? The fear of the dark, also known as nyctophobia, is not just a quirky trait, it's a deeply ingrained evolutionary response to potential danger. Let's take a walk back in time, to the era of our ancestors, when the world was a far more dangerous place. When the sun set, the risks increased. Predators prowled under the cloak of darkness, and without the visual clarity offered by daylight, our ancestors were vulnerable. So they developed a natural aversion to darkness, an instinctive fear that kept them alert and cautious when the light faded. Fast forward to the present day, we no longer face the same threats our ancestors did. The dark corners of our homes are not likely to harbor saber-toothed tigers, yet the primal fear lingers. Why is that, you may ask? Well, it's because the fear of the dark is less about the absence of light and more about the unknown. The dark is simply a canvas for our imagination, a stage for the unseen and the unexplored to take form. It's a fear of what could be lurking in the shadows, the potential dangers hidden from our sight. And it's not just physical threats. The darkness also symbolizes our inner fears, our anxieties, and insecurities. It's a mirror reflecting our internal monsters, the ones we can't escape no matter how bright our surroundings are. So the next time you find yourself alone in the dark, remember, it's not the darkness you fear, it's the unknown, the unseen, the unimagined. It's not just an irrational childhood fear but a deeply ingrained evolutionary response, a testament to our survival as a species. Now, imagine this fear magnified 100-fold. A forest, cloaked in this unsettling darkness, holds secrets. Picture a forest, not just any forest, but one that is enshrouded in an almost palpable, impenetrable darkness. This is the forest of shadows. It's a place where the sun's rays seem reluctant to penetrate, where the moon casts long, eerie shadows that dance and flicker between the dense, gnarled trees. The very air seems to hum with a quiet, tense energy, as though holding its breath, waiting for something unknown, yet undeniably menacing. Here, the regular rules of nature are twisted, contorted into something far more ominous. The rustling leaves whisper tales of the unknown, each gust of wind carrying with it a chilling story of what lurks within these forbidding depths. Every creak and groan of the ancient towering trees is a testament to the unseen dangers that might be hiding in the inky blackness. The occasional snap of a twig underfoot or the distant hoot of an owl punctuates the silence, adding to the symphony of fear that pervades the atmosphere. This is a place where your imagination is your worst enemy, where every shadow could be a lurking predator, every sound a signal of impending doom. The darkness here is not just an absence of light, it's a living, breathing entity, swallowing up all sense of time and space. The Forest of Shadows is a realm of the unknown. It's a place that feeds on the primal fear of the dark, amplifying it with each passing second. It's a place where reality seems to warp and distort, where the line between the natural and the supernatural becomes blurred and indistinct. Here, the nocturnal creatures are the rulers and the rest, mere trespassers, intruding into a world that is not their own. The chilling serenade of the night creatures echoes through the dense undergrowth, a haunting reminder of the perils that the forest conceals in its dark embrace. But there's something more in this forest, something unnatural. Can you feel it, that creeping sense of dread? It's like a tickle at the back of your neck, a shiver that runs down your spine. It's the sensation that you're not alone. You can't see it, but you can feel it. It's the feeling of being watched, of unseen eyes on you. In the abyss of the black night where shadows merge into an impenetrable veil, the unseen becomes the ultimate fear. It's a primal instinct, a survival mechanism wired deep within our psyche that alerts us to the presence of danger. But what happens when the threat is invisible, hidden in the shroud of darkness? Imagine, if you will, walking through a dense forest on a night so dark that you can't see your hand in front of your face. All around you, the rustle of leaves and the creaking of branches echo in the silence, creating a symphony of eerie sounds. Your heart pounds in your chest as you navigate through the unseen, each step amplifying the sense of dread. You feel it, don't you? The sensation of being followed, of unseen eyes tracking your every move. It's like a shadow, always there but never fully visible. It's the fear of the unknown, the unseen that sends chills down your spine. But you can't escape it. You can't outrun what you can't see. The unseen threat is not just a figure of your imagination. It's the embodiment of your deepest fears, the manifestation of every horror story you've ever heard. It's the monster under the bed, the ghost in the attic, the creature in the forest. It's the unseen that makes your heart race, your palms sweat, and your mind whirl with terrifying possibilities. And the worst part, it's getting closer. You can feel it, can't you? The air grows colder, the silence deepens, and the shadows seem to close in around you. It's an unseen threat, a faceless terror lurking in the darkness, and it's getting closer. Whatever it is, it's getting closer. Suddenly, a chill runs down your spine, an icy shiver, a feeling that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up in a silent symphony of alarm. You feel it, a sudden drop in temperature, as if the very air around you has been sucked away, replaced by a void as cold and dark as the night itself. This isn't just a regular chill. This is the type of cold that seeps into your bones, the kind that makes your breath mist in the air and your heart pound in your chest. It's the cold of the unknown, the chill of the unseen, the frost of fear itself. It's the type of cold that reminds you, no matter how hard you try to forget, that you are not alone. And then there's the prickling fear. It's like 1,000 tiny needles pressing into your skin, a sensation that makes you want to run, to hide, to escape, but you can't. Because you're frozen in place, trapped by a terror so profound, so overwhelming, it feels as if it could swallow you whole. Your heartbeat echoes in your ears, a thunderous drum in the silence of the night, a constant reminder of your own mortality. Your breath comes in ragged gasps, each inhale a struggle, each exhale a release of tension. Your eyes wide with terror dart around the darkness, searching, hoping, praying for some sign of safety. But all you see is the unending black, the forest of shadows, the abyss of the unknown. The dread is overwhelming, a wave of despair that threatens to pull you under. It's a feeling of helplessness, a profound sense of your own insignificance in the face of something so much larger, so much more powerful than you could ever comprehend. It's a realization that you are but a pawn in a game you don't understand, a player on a stage you didn't choose. And then, just when you think you can't take it anymore, just when you feel like you're about to shatter under the weight of your own fear, it happens. And then ... IT speaks. A whisper in the dark, a voice from the unseen. Imagine the cold shiver, the goosebumps crawling up your spine as you strain to decipher the ethereal murmur. A spectral voice, chilling and cryptic, echoing through the night, slicing through the eerie silence of the forest. It's a voice that is not meant to be heard by mortal ears, yet here you are, held captive by its eerie melody. The fear of the unknown is what truly terrifies us. Not knowing what lurks in the shadows, what the voice signifies, what it wants to convey. Is it a warning, a prophecy, or perhaps a lament? The uncertainty only amplifies the terror, the dread seeping into your very bones. It's a voice that haunts, that lingers long after it has faded into the darkness. But what does it say? Well, that's a story for another time.